Today, I woke up angry. I just wanted to hop on the mic and rip a coaster apart. But I didn't want to do just any coaster. I wanted to do a beloved one. I gotta be the Velocicoaster destined to disappoint dislike ratio, you know? And while I was in the shower, I was thinking about what coasters to do it on. It obviously had to be one that I've ridden, and preferably recently. Well, the last park I went to was Cedar Point all the way back in July. I'm going a little crazy here. Now, for the most part, I adored this park, and I have a whole review up on it, and it's a lot less of a troll video than this, so you should probably watch that if you want the real review of, like, this coaster, but not really this coaster, but just of the park in general, whatever. I'm kind of rambling. Let me just cut to the chase. Millennium Force is kind of doo-doo. If I ever went back to Cedar Point, I was thinking about what coasters I wanted to re-ride, and there would be, like, 6 different coasters I'd rather ride than Millennium Force, and that's for one reason and one reason only. This coaster is so boring. The clap of my ball sacks feels more forces than this ride. Look, I'm not one to call this ride Millennium Forceless, but like, goddamn, what the fuck does this even do? It literally just has a drop, turn, hill, turn, hill, turn. You just repeat that until you fall asleep. Like, yes, there are some moments of force, but it's just some weak floater. Okay, positives, and it's a good first drop. I will give it that. Like, this is in the same park as these masterpieces. Get this weak ass filler out of my face. Some people out here trying to say, oh, I like Millennium Force because it's like a journey, not focusing on force. Force is in the name. Bro, are you okay? Is anybody home? If you want to get on a journey, get on the train around the park. A roller coaster isn't meant to be a journey. It's meant to put forces on your body. Okay, no, it's not actually that horrendous. I did go a little off the rails there, but still, I do want to make a video about Millie because I feel like this ride is kind of overrated, and I haven't done one of these, like, tear the coaster apart in a while, and I don't have any other content. So today, I'm going to do a breakthrough of Millennium Force's entire layout and tell you why it doesn't even make my top 5 at Cedar Point. Yes, I know I used to have it number 4 or 3, but that has drastically changed, as you can see. Now I'd put Steve, Maverick, Dragster, Gatekeeper, and probably Magnum above it. And then Millie is a comfortable number 6. I don't hate this ride, I just don't think it's as good as you remember. That's probably a better title, but Millennium Force's ass will get more clicks, so anyways, let's just go into it. So you start with this beautiful lift hill, and while I've been shitting on this coaster for the past 2 minutes, this lift hill is fire. You go right up against the water, and it's a nice smooth cable lift, so it's not too long, but it's also not really too quick because it's a fucking 300 feet tall coaster, so overall, it's a nice lift. Good job, Millennium Force. You have a good lift hill. And then you go to the first drop, which is also fire. This is a 300-foot drop, so like, yeah, duh, it's gonna be good. You do really feel like you're falling forever, and the minimal lap bar just magnifies that feeling by 10. This is easily the highlight of the ride, but tragically, it is all downhill from here. See what I did there? After this outstanding start, you go into the ride's signature element, an overbank. Now, I will say, you do gray out a little bit at the bottom of the first drop, but that gray out is very brief, as this first turn manages to be so forceless that it actually takes away from forces that may have been pulled in the first valley. And then we get to what Millennium Force is all about. Turns. This ride is only turns with some hills in the middle. You get this pretty loaded ground turn that doesn't do anything, and then you go into this big hill, and this big hill gives some average floater. Not great, but not bad. The problem is you're in the same park with like this, like literally the coaster with the most airtime on the planet, and with like 2 of the best airtime moments on the planet, and you also have this, which is like arguably stronger than those 2 airtime moments I just talked about. So like what am I looking at here? I'm falling asleep, bro. I need an adrenaline shot to revive me. And then you go through this great overbank. Yippee! And what do you know? After you go through that high turn, you go into a low turn, into another high turn. Like come on, please do something else. You finally go into another airtime hill, and God damn it, it's floating. I will say, this one is slightly stronger than the one before, but it's still nowhere near as strong as like a B&M Camelback, and we shouldn't even mention RMC Airtime because that shit's all over this. And then you go into yet another turn into a speed hill, and the speed hill is great. I like it a lot, but then you go into another turn. I'll go back to the speed hill. The speed hill gives some good lifter. It's not quite ejector, but it's definitely stronger than those first 2 hills. This and the drop are like the only 2 reasons I would ride this if I go back to CP, but the airtime hill lasts for maybe half a second before you're sent into another turn, and what do you know? The ride is over. That concludes your 1-minute ride on the world's first Giga Coaster. Now, I know I've been goofing a lot this video, but I really do think this ride isn't as great as I originally thought it was. Like I said, the way I judge coasters that I haven't ridden well is how much I would want to re-ride it, and to be honest, I would rather re-ride any of the B&M Hypers I've been on than this. Like, this is a fun ride, but that's really it. It doesn't do much more than that. There's nothing to hold on to, no real memorable moments aside from that drop, but all the other Giga coasters look to have a better drop than this, besides maybe I-305, but whatever. The rest of the layout makes up for that. It doesn't really excel anywhere besides looking pretty, so for that reason, I have to say, while it's not hot garbage, like the title says, Millennium Force is a huge waste of potential. I know this was a shorter video and kind of a troll video, but I'm going to get to some end of the year videos soon, and I just want to make a real quick rant, so yes, thank you for watching. Goodbye.